After about 90 days, a couple things happened. I found my voice, and I finally clicked, clicked with me on how I would present myself online. You can see probably a couple videos where it happened. You're like, oh, okay, he figured it out.
I'll have to go back and look at those.
Yeah, I found my voice. I learned the platforms well enough, and I understood what I wanted, and then I was able to farm it out. So it takes
Yeah.
about 90 days for that.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not going to go back and look at those because I always tell people, not that I don't want to look at those, but I always tell people who find the podcast for the first time. So we've done, we have a couple different podcasts, and the Smart Pizza Marketing podcast, which is the one I started first. I think we're up to 370 episodes that we've
Dude,
published.
that's awesome.
And I always tell people who find us now, great. So happy you found the podcast. Don't go back and listen to the first 50. They were terrible.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, dude. If you're not embarrassed about your like previous content, you're not improving. And so that's
Yeah.
a good sign.
Yeah.
Like,
You waited way too long to get started if you're perfect in the beginning.
Yep, 100%, dude. Oh,
You get
God,
better.
that's
Like
so
you get
true,
better at
Bruce.
talking to a microphone. You get better at like
Mhm.
the cadence of how you talk to somebody on the other line. Like you said, you get more comfortable in what you're talking about, and you get to know what you want to talk about. I think knowing what you want to talk about is important, just as important as how you talk about it.
I agree. That's my whole YouTube strategy right there. My YouTube, my original YouTube videos were dog shit, and they're yeah. I'll digress.
What made them bad? Like what made them bad?
So there's a couple things. I was uncomfortable being in front of the camera, and you can tell. I repeated myself too much. That's a big thing.
Yeah.
The intro was too long, and I didn't grab the viewer's attention right away.
Yep. That's
I
important.
could have been more concise and could have shortened everything down. Better naming. I could use better thumbnails. I could deliver on the promise that the content, shows. If we're going to talk about the full explanation of Bitcoin, I better fully explain Bitcoin and not go off on any tangents.
Right.
And so now I'm looking at the metrics, reading books and watching YouTube videos on how to get better at this one thing because, dude, YouTube is a big fucking deal, dude. If you can get monetized and create content and you can stick it out for 2 to 3 years and really start making
Yeah.
a living on YouTube, it is very powerful.